From Sugar House in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, this is Poker Night in America. Hello and welcome to Poker Night in America. I'm Chris Hansen alongside Joe Stapleton. We are back at Sugar House in Philadelphia for the conclusion of day one.
Did you know that we're technically in a town called Fishtown, Pennsylvania?
Really? Why don't you give us a little history of Fishtown?
Well, people used to fish in the Delaware River, but now they don't as much.
You're like a living, breathing encyclopedia. Look at you. We resume day one here at Sugar House. A couple new players sitting down, including, oh boy, Shaun Deeb sits down in the one seat. Things about to get a little interesting whenever Shaun sits down.
Hey, Wang, it's a private club, so don't tell him you're Jewish.
Poker Night in America brought to you by Kimosabi Mezcal.
We played till 10?
9,
right?
9-ish.
9, all right.
Oh, what else do you have to do?
You want that? Lock it up for James.
That's about right. Why didn't you bring your wife with you?
Lee, 1-3, no limit.
She's in Russia, for one thing.
That makes it a little tougher.
Joe McKeon, World Series of Poker champion, raising. Fun fact about him, he still lives in North Wales, PA, population 3,200.
You know that's the World Series main event champ, right?
And Joe is listed on their list of notable residents, as well as John Oates.
Really? That John Oates?
No, not that one, the other one.
Oh.
Sorry. Nice hand, man.
I already locked up James. I have 3 seats to fill.
You have a 5K in there, right? No, you don't. Oh, you're on minus two.
Gary, 1-3, no limit. Gary.
Wang makes it 1,000.
Lock up Gary.
Lance calls with suited Jack 10. Now McKeon calls with suited King 10.
Plus 1-3.
And we are 3 ways to our first bloated pot. You know what? There should be a name for this. Glance's patented Poker Night in America spot. Cold call a 3-bet with both cards dominated and flop a draw whenever else bricks.
Spilling a drink on yourself already?
Last call for Russ.
You never do that?
1,600 the bet from
I
Wang.
do it all the time. I just didn't do it this time.
Now to Matt Glantz.
Call for Chu, SM, 1-3,
42.
no limit. SM, 1-3.
Well, that's quite the raise. Now up to 4,200 from Matt Glantz.
42.
Well executed semi-bluff wins the pot with the worst hand.
I like to see that one.
I like how you just invite people to come play and then you just freaking 3-bet them and raise them.
I didn't invite him. I never met him before. He just happened to be here.
He's probably begging for a stakeout in the hallway at the World Series.
Not yet.
JRB's got your back every time now.
Who?
John Robert.
All right. Did you see the thing on Twitter? The guy getting all mad.
I might not take him.
300?
300.
You play every hand. I mean, it's ridiculous. He hasn't played one well, but he's played every hand.
Did you see? He makes fun of me.
Linda loves it.
I love it. I'm having a great time.
Linda played more hands when I wasn't at the table to entertain her. She kept having Mark just gift her chips.
I play more now, but I don't have any hands. Just hanging around, enjoying the scenery.
That's what I'm doing. I'm just folding every hand.
That's your usual MO.
I win the first all in, like first orbit, and then I just
That's it.
toast.
God, Hold'em is hard. You can't ever make pairs and stuff.
Yeah, like you're good at any other game.
Doesn't it seem easier to make pairs in limit hold'em than it is in no limit hold'em?
Yeah.
Well, you see
No,
a lot
because
more
ace high is good all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
You can get there.
You see more cards. It's reasonable.
I like taking a stab with a semi-bluff here. You know you're probably not going to win at showdown with queen high. So there's a chance you get a fold, and maybe there's a chance you win big. It's like starting off by hitting on the hottest girl at the bar. Maybe you get lucky, or maybe you just creep her out and she leaves.
And one of our cameramen not getting the memo about black pants, long sleeves, and black gloves, but that's okay.
Come on, Tad.
No, that's not Tad. That's Ricky. It's a new guy.
Oh, new guy.
6 of hearts on the river, and so McKeon's still ahead. Just $5,000 in this pot.
$3,800. Now this bet I'm not a huge fan of. This story doesn't make a ton of sense, but it works.
Come on, show the bluff. It's clean 10 in his face.
You're good.
You're good.
Hard for him to be bluffed in there.
Rough start to the evening for the WSOP champ as he folds the winner there to Fishburg.
You know, it's always a rough evening when you live in North Wales, Pennsylvania. Just kidding, but seriously, what are you doing? We'll be right back.
Hello, it's Phil Hellmuth. I'm here with Tom Schneider, the Donkey Bomber. We're in the Kimosabi Mezcal area, the Trusted Friends area. And I was really wondering, and I think it's fascinating how people find poker. How did you find the game?
I found the game by playing with my mom, believe it or not. And unfortunately, I play a lot like her. She used to think she could ESP cards, and I feel the same way. So I think I got that from her.
You're like, the 10 is coming, I'm gonna
exactly. I got a call, because I know it's coming, yeah. It doesn't matter what the odds are.
So you started with
that's
your
what my
mom, like
taught
when,
me.
how old were you?
Yeah, I was about 9 years old. My family played a lot of cards, but my mom loved playing poker with my friends and me. And she would always lose,
Awesome.
and I think it was her way to give us a little bit extra money. I really
I
did.
love that.
Yeah.
And by the way, I kind of, same thing for me, playing games with family was important for me.
Yeah.
So hey, all right, let's have a
Let's
a
do it.
toast to Trusted Friends.
There you go.
Great story, Tom.
Cheers. Thank you.
She sent a text to him because we eloped in Vegas, and she's like, just so you don't hear from someone else, me and Shaun got married. And his response was, I knew it was a bad idea to hang out with Shaun Deeb.
Faster.
Poker Night in America brought to you by Kimosabi Mezcal.
We don't have that problem like we used to have when like Phil used to yell at everyone for talking to each other.
He's bad.
It's not like it used to be. With 9 people, it's just so much worse.
It's too much talking over. You can't get a clean conversation.
Up to 400 with Queen 4. Action fooling around to Linda Kenny Bodden. She will call from the small blind with Ace 3 of Hearts.
And this is faster, too. Faster game.
What's that?
Faster game also.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's how good my hand is.
Me too.
4 speculative hands. Let's speculate, y'all.
Welcome to Poker Night in Speculating. It's not as entertaining.
It's like everybody's got a pair or a draw backdoor at least.
They all check the flop. A 3 comes on the turn.
And McKeon's now going to bet his top pair.
1,200 the bet from McKeon.
I do not really love a call here with a straight draw. You're drawing to bad straights a fair amount.
Ace on the river, so McKeon has the best hand. Let's see if he can win in a showdown versus Fishburg.
42.
It's going to cost him $4,200 to do it.
So I guess I like the call on the turn more now, knowing that Fishburg's got this move in him. But I don't know if it's going to work.
All right.
And McKeon calls, snaps it off.
Man, wow, 12,400 going the way of Joe McKeon with the sniffing out of the bluff.
Finally made the right call, Joe.
I did do one thing right today.
It's on Shaun-like to be so quiet, right? He's
not
Did
winning.
a lot of talking in the last 4 hours in the booth.
Yeah, he did 4 hours of commentary.
That's, yeah, then you're tired.
As opposed to the other 4 hours in your life. You're so quiet, right?
I am.
Yeah, right.
I'm a reserved,
When you're
passive
sleeping.
person. No, I talk in my sleep.
Okay. So you never shut up.
Basically.
Kenny Bodden with Ace Queen makes it 400. Glance calls.
Yeah, so they want us to lose. So when we win, they shut up.
I don't want you to lose, Todd Brunson.
You guys talked Shaun into it.
Continuing down the list on that news, we find games
See, now we're free rolling. One of them's going to lose.
and TT.
Well, good job.
That's true.
2-5 for APB, DW, and TT.
Kenny Bodden calls and Glance calls.
I didn't mean for you to play, I just meant for you to talk.
Wonder who I'm rooting for.
Not me.
5 for TT, APB, and DW, 2-5 no limit.
Well, great flop for a draw for Shaun Deeb.
Yeah, post-flop, that's Shaun Deeb's department. Matt Glance has a pair, which means he's probably going to Rick Astley this thing and never going to give you up.
2,100 the bet from Deeb.
have to see what Linda Kenny-Bodden's up to first. She's out of here.
Oh, she's gonna desert it.
Leave him
See
to.
what I did there?
The next line of the song. How much can we get away with before we get charged?
You're gonna get your wish, Steph.
No, I'm not getting my wish no matter what. No.
Now the 9 on the turn.
So Deeb knows he has no chance of getting top pair to fold now. Because it's trips.
$35.
It's Matt Glantz who's going to bet this turn. And Matt's not going to get many better hands to fold, but he can maybe protect his 3 by getting a hand with a lot of equity to fold. Deeb does call.
Last call for Tommy D. Jimmy 1-3, no limit. Jimmy 1-3.
And whiffs harder than Pedro Serrano at the beginning of Major League 2.
Jimmy.
It's only PG, but it's just as funny in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
Last call for Jimmy. AW 1-3, no limit. AW 1-3. Lock it up for AW. Is that AW over there or Jimmy?
Only Joe Boo is gonna win this hand for Shaun Deeb.
He goes check, check.
You're gonna win.
You sure?
I have ace high.
Okay, you win.
This is awkward.
Great hand. So f***ing lucky. Good hand.
He's low roll.
We're gonna need a 4 to
He
get
has
these hands
queens.
turned
He
over.
has queens or jacks right now. Show the queens or jacks.
You really win.
Show the queens or jacks.
You really win.
Clock.
10-8.
Show it. Yeah, I know you win, so just take the
don't
pot.
win. That's
Just push on the pot. He's gonna win.
Come on, flip it over.
You really win that.
Some of us are stuck.
So I'll show my hand once you fold.
Am I the only one that can sense the sexual tension between these two?
You really had 10-8?
That is queen.
You got ace queen?
Yeah.
Well, I have a pair.
Poker Night in America is brought to you by our trusted friend, Kimosabi Mezcal. Why settle for tequila? Step up to Kimosabi.
Oh, straddle here.
You guys did a
Matt,
very good
a
job.
few more hands, double straddle.
Back at Sugar House here in Philadelphia.
I would never do that, Shaun, but since you insist.
Thank you. I'm just gonna lose 8,000 this hand, but had to make it worth it.
Fish, don't get. Okay, that's all right. That's fair. That's a fair price.
Okay.
Oh, here's the Shaun Deeb that we know and love. 1,700 is his bet
How did this happen? I'm gonna lose all this money.
after Fishberg raises it to 500 with 3s.
This is exactly how I like my televised poker. Straddle, re-straddle, raise with pocket 3s, a 3-bet with 7-5 of diamonds, and Todd Brunson dropping F-bombs.
Yeah, now we're living.
It's unbearable. Shaun got me to waste $200.
What's it, 1,700?
SS 25, no limit. SS 25.
All right, so the 3's barely hanging on here.
It's a pretty fun flop for 5-7 of diamonds, though. Deeb's got to keep betting it. He can get folds, and he can build a huge pot when he doesn't.
1,600 the bet from Shaun Deeb. Call from Fishberg.
I mean, I admire the call with the best hand, but how are you going to hit a card on the turn you don't hate? Oh my goodness, he does it.
There were a lot of cards that would have made Deeb a winner. He still hasn't found one yet, though. Fishberg checks.
Somehow he managed to turn a card that can't counterfeit him.
35.
3,500 is the bet.
And Fishberg, he's calling again. He's managed to get himself into the hardest spots possible. It's like he seeks out difficult decisions. He definitely enjoys pain.
Sick. I think it's legally raised.
And there comes the straight that Shaun Deeb was looking for.
Deeb drills Fishberg with the gut shot like he's Harry Houdini.
Do you think the winner of this pot should give me the 200 back? Do
Ready?
you feel like the winner of the pot should give me the 200?
Yuri, 1-2, no limit.
Not only does Deeb make the straight, but it's fairly disguised. He's gonna be betting this more often than I check my phone.
Deeb's all in.
I don't know why I think I have him, but.
Well, Fishberg had him until the river, and now Deeb is trying to make him pay for it.
1,125. Straight.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Disgusting.
Woof.
I know my range, and I think that his line was actually the most profitable line. He just got very unlucky that I got there and on the inconspicuous card.
Wow, I should have just folded. I guess.
I don't think you should fold there.
Do you know what he had?
Thanks. I know, I'm saying, like, I know my bluffing. I was going to blast off if I didn't have it. Like, I think you made, taking your line was a good line. Just being honest.
This is the last hand?
Yeah. Yes.
The last hand, if you don't get even right now, it's over.
Till tomorrow, you get to play again.
Well, you can't win unless you're playing, and so Fishberg's raising with King 4 clubs. Brunson calls.
You always a big advantage because I got to pee so bad that if I don't flop a monster, I'm going to run to the restroom immediately.
It's bad for TV. You're not allowed to do that.
I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. I'm doing it.
This game's going to get you.
If Todd Brunson cared what was good for TV, you think he'd dress like that or have that ponytail? Come on.
Only because it's the last hand.
I do not see any of these guys folding. Last chance to get unstuck. Last chance to get stuck enough for the pain to make you feel alive.
Joe McKeon makes it 1,800.
That's a 5, right? Joe?
Yeah. Like almost 6 behind.
The hell are you doing?
Finding out how much I have.
How much you're going to cap it? What? God, you're worse than Matt Glantz.
Maybe reporting or not.
Action on Todd Brunson right now. I'm sensing a leak in his game, however.
I can only lose. I don't know what he's doing. I'm scared. I was gonna
There's
call.
no way I'm reporting here.
How do you not pile?
There's no way I'm reporting here.
I can't win very much.
Shocker, Joe McKeon and
Nice,
Greg
thank you.
Fishberg heads up.
Depends what comes.
Well, this hand seems fairly standard.
Customer. You guys do this all the time.
1,500.
McKeon's gonna bet 1,500.
Matt, you take your microphone off before we're even done.
He's very unprofessional.
All in.
Is Fishberg trying to convince himself King High would be the best hand some of the time, or that he could possibly get an ace to fold? This is pain.
Oh my goodness. Save some for the ride home, Fishberg.
Well, nobody wants to walk all the way over to the cage to cash those in anyway.
Yeah, good point. Good point. So a little bit of a comeback at the end of the night for Joe McKeon. Here are the big winners at Sugar House Day 1. Matt Glantz up 19,000. Linda Kennybot, nothing to complain about with an $11,000 profit.
Look, everybody's a winner. See? Easy game.
No, we haven't shown this this screen yet.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, Joe McKeon and Greg Fishberg, 18,000 and 35,000 down respectively.
Small list, big numbers.
Speaking of Mr. Deeb, when we come back, we are face up with Shaun Deeb.
I don't play. I play a lot of good hands. I just play them badly.
Yeah. He doesn't play bad hands. He
Right.
plays good hands, but he just plays
good
them.
hands bad.
He just plays bad.
I got to call my wife, tell her she can order that new car. You guys are playing all day, you and Shaun, right? I'm going to call her now. She's been bugging me for a new car. I'm going to text her now. Shaun, you're playing all day, right?
Unless I run out of money somehow.
Okay. Well, you're playing poker with me. That's possible.
Poker Night in America is brought to you by our trusted friend, Kimosabi Mezcal. Why settle for tequila? Step up to Kimosabi.
Welcome back to Poker Night in America. Stapes, I got a question for you. How come you've never gotten into a Twitter feud with Shaun Deeb?
Well, it's like my dad always said, never poke a sleeping buffalo, especially if that buffalo looks like it has diabetes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. My dad never said that. Hashtag save Shaun Deeb.
I can actually feel my phone notifications going off in my pocket right now. We'll take care of that in a second. But right now, it's time for part 1 of our interview with Poker Night's favorite internet troll. We are face up with Shaun Deeb.
You see me, I'm a table captain at always tell people to straddle, to not do this, to not do that. So I just always I think when I was 6 years old, my family was like, what do you do when you grow up? I'm like, I'm gonna own a casino. You know what I mean? I just loved the casino lifestyle. It was something I always was in tune to. So I just always felt like I had a gambling mentality. I loved playing cards. I liked the psychological side of the game, and that's kind of how I ended up here. I kind of always played cards with my grandmother, gin rummy or pinochle, trump games, a lot of card games. I love cards. My cousin and a couple of his friends who were a couple years older than me had a tournament at their house on a pool table, and I was like, this is awesome. I was like, I want to do this. So I sent out, this is when we had AIM Instant Messenger. So I put a message out on AIM, anyone who wants to play a tournament on Tuesday, because that was the night World Series of Poker was on. The first tournament, I think I had 25 people turn out, which is amazing for not knowing anyone. There was 3 different schools and 3 different groups that all came to my game. I had my family, I had my high school, and I had people from this other high school, the kids I never met, and they all played poker regularly. They were all the studiers. They all read Super System. They all thought they were great at poker, and I was awful. I just went all in. That's what I knew. I was all in, all in, all in. And I just kept getting there, and I always had a massive stack. And it was really sick. The first time we ran the game at my house, we actually caught someone cheating. And the kid's sitting there with a deck, and when he's dealing, he'd flip the deck up and spread the flop and look at it and make some absurd calls. So we actually had to confront someone the first time, and I had my dad with me and this other guy, and we're we know you're cheating, and the kid left the house crying. He never showed up again. I want to run into that kid and be just so you know, I think he probably word's gotten around to that crowd. I've ran into a few of them who know that I became professional, and they've been keeping an eye on my career. But it's crazy, that of those 30 guys, I was the one who got hooked to online poker. I was the one who kept motivated in poker and became professional.
For more from Poker Night, visit us at pokernight.com or connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch for up-to-date information, full episodes, and unedited live streams.
Anything but turn 9. It's the worst card in the deck.
I hate ace queen.
You really had 10-8? I didn't see it.
Yeah, he had 10-8.
That's how good Glance runs. He's gonna win that on 0 runouts.
I know. He needs an
I
ace
thought
or a
about,
3
I thought
to
about
win.
betting 2,000 the river, but
Yeah, I would have folded.
I know.
Poker Night in America is brought to you by Kimosabi Mezcal.